You've sure had an exciting week in the doorway here. Ah, tell me about it. So he's fine, right? Yeah, he looks a lot worse than he actually is. Also, it looks like he took his meds too close together. Delusions and paranoia are common side effects of this medication when used incorrectly. Gosh, I feel like it's my fault somehow. I think we can manage from here. Thanks so much. No problem. You stay out of problem from now on, alright? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean... I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your day. It's fine. If it makes you feel better, I blacked out here twice within the past week myself. What happened? Well, when I heard the noise, a lot of things flashed through my mind. I thought there was somebody inside and that we were in danger. The night when the thief broke in flashed through my mind and I saw a masked man in the reflection of the window. Really? I'm sure that nobody's in here. I'm sure that you're right. It's just that I have some problems about being inside. Once I enter a house, I'm unable to think clearly. So how are you unable to enter the bakery? Well, if I was by myself and it was late at night, maybe I would have a problem, but I usually don't have trouble entering a place of business. It's more about houses. Anyway, I think I need to go home and lay down. The doorway isn't the most comfortable place. Sorry about everything. It's nothing. Come again soon, okay? Sure thing. I have a really bad stomachache and I feel like I need to pee, but nothing comes out. I'm not sure what I did. And maybe I drank too much tea again. I hate it when I do that. If I have a bladder infection, I'm going to be in big trouble because I can't get to the doctor. Gosh, for not having a job, I sure have been busy lately. Dr. Hamasaki? I'm sorry to come unannounced. I was hoping I could talk to you about something. I have had a few questions I wanted to ask you as well. This won't take long. I just wanted to tell you that I actually don't do house calls at all. Oh, the reason I knew about the man breaking into your apartment is because he's my brother. What? My brother suffers from a serious mental illness, and he was a child. My parents used to beat him. You see, I was the good child and he was the bad one. If he did something wrong, he was beaten. If I did something wrong, he was beaten. At the time, I just saw the situation for what I thought it was, but now I realize it was really a dysfunctional family problem known as scapegoating. As he got older and older, he began to be withdrawn from everyone, teachers, friends, our family. He refused to connect with any of them and became a severely troubled and disturbed youth. You see, here is the reason why I became a therapist. When I was growing up, I knew that what my parents were doing was wrong, but they always assured me that they had taken these steps to ensure that my brother would become a good person. That sounds terrible. I've never heard of anything like that before. What do you think caused your parents to act like that? When I was a child, my father really struggled to maintain a full-time job. This was completely his fault, but I believe because he was unable to accept it, and therefore began to blame everything on my brother. He was a hyperactive child, and somewhat obnoxious, so he became an easy target. I'm not sure why my mother went along with it. I'm really sorry about all of that, but I'm not sure why you're telling me this. You see, I have some responsibility for what happened between you and my brother. What do you mean? My brother was granted parole, but the conditions were that I would become his guardian and manage his condition extremely closely. So, about a week ago, I noticed that my brother had stopped asking me to fill his prescriptions. When I asked him about it, he told me that the medicine made him feel really nauseous and he wanted to take a short break. I guess it should have been a red flag, but I was convinced that we were actually making progress during our therapy sessions. Now I realized that my arrogance and my bloated ego failed and put you in danger. When I left my brochure under your door, I just thought that if you happened to be looking for a therapist, you might call me. In all honesty, I was hoping that you wouldn't, but if I hadn't extended a hand at all, I would have felt terribly guilt for doing nothing. Well, you could left a note or something. It drove me crazy trying to figure out where that came from and why. You're right. I wish I would have introduced myself properly. In an effort to make up for my unprofessional behavior, I would like to offer therapy free of charge. If something would have happened to you, I wouldn't have been able to forgive myself. I hope that you understand. I don't have any money, so free therapy sessions could really help me out. Well, I think that you should have been more forthcoming about the information. Despite that, you're probably the most reasonable therapist that I found. I guess I would be happy to accept your offer. I really think that we can work together to improve your condition. It will be the least that I could. I really should be going now. If you'd like an appointment, you know how to contact me. First, thanks for stopping by. I feel better now that I understand what's going on. So, your therapist is the sister of the guy that tried to break into your house? I'm not sure why you're surprised. Me neither. Your life is really messed up. Who else could something like this possibly happen to? Well, you have to fire her. It's really not her fault. She's a nice person, and I can't really afford therapy, so her price is right. She's too close to that guy. We're going to have negative associations with her. And think of that guy every time she comes into the house. I just feel bad refusing at this point. Plus, think about all of my other therapists. Gosh, you do go through therapies like water, don't you? Well, it's your life. I mean, do what you have to do, I guess. Don't worry, I can quit at any time. Alright, I should get off the phone and at least pretend to be working. Bye! I wouldn't have expected anything less. I wonder when my parents will come back. I haven't heard from them in over a month. I seriously need to relieve Aya from my male duty. Hey, how are you? Fine, I guess. I've been wondering about something. You mentioned in your letter to me that you see me in my window and only where to work, but I've never actually seen you walking to work in the morning. What letter? The one that you wrote me after I came to the door with a knife. I never wrote a letter. What? So why did you come up to my door in the first place? Oh, it's because I asked me to, didn't you know? What? Why would she have asked you to do that? I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with me asking her out. You asked her out? Yeah, probably about a week ago. She said that she was seeing someone, but that she knew someone that I might be interested in. So she tried to set me up with you. And wait a minute, I'm the second choice? Well, it's not like you're second. I didn't even know you when I asked her out. I can't just believe this. So this whole thing is a lie. Do you even think that I'm beautiful? Are you just stating because she put you up to this? No, it's not like that. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't be coming here at all. I mean, we have so much in common. Why? Because we are both crazy? I think that you need to leave. Really? But I didn't do anything wrong. You should be mad at Aya, not me. But Aya set the whole thing up. This is some big farce and I didn't know anything. I feel so stupid. How come I always the last person to know everything? I'm just so sick of this. Honestly, I just can't be sure that you are not dating me because of her. So I just want you to go. Okay. For what it's worth, I don't feel that way at all. I think I was just trying to help. I can't believe this. I'm calling her right now. Hello? Why did you write that letter pretending to be Kento? How could you do that to me? Oh, I'm at work, so we can talk late. Can we talk later? Oh, come on! I know that you probably left work early 2 hours ago. Damn, you are good. Okay, fine. I wrote the letter. It's because you never let me set you up with anyone, so I had to do something. That's not why! You're trying to shove the creepy guy off on me. You should have told me right away. I look so stupid reading up an imaginary letter. Do you know how awkward things are now? You obviously set me up with him because you weren't interested and you were trying to shove the crazy boy off on me. No, it's not like that at all. I was already dating my boss. I have to work with him and I didn't want things to be awkward. So you used me in order to feel comfortable at work. This is unbelievable. I get it, everything makes sense now. You didn't want me to call him, because he would have wondered how I got his phone number, and you told him that I was agoraphobic, which is how he knew before I said anything. You had no business telling him that. Okay, look, I thought I was doing what was best for everyone, and it was. Everyone was happy. I just forgot to tell you that I made up the whole thing about the letter. How do you think you could get away with it? Well, I knew it would be too awkward for you to bring up a love letter, so you never would, and I just told Kent that I told you he had seen you before and thought you were beautiful, so we wouldn't have to make it look like a setup. So he knew, he lied to me, you're a really terrible friend, I feel like such a fool, the guys always choose you before me, and now it's happening with Kent. Oh. That's not fair, he didn't even know you when he asked me out. If you were going to make this a problem about that, then you were on the wrong side of the issue here. That's what he said, but I still wasn't first. For just once, I want to be first. Well, that's never going to happen. Why not? Because you can't leave your house. Kento is a super handsome, nice-dressing guy that likes you. Who cares if he asked me out before? If you're so worried about being second, that's a personal problem because you, guess what? You're always going to be second to someone. Just get over yourself. I remember how it all started now. It all happened on that one fateful day. I had turned on me in front of everyone. She decided to take the low road to try and boost her own social status. I'm always hanging out with her because she's actually my boyfriend. Everyone laughed. That's how high school was. Actually, that's how high school has always been. Always will be. She never apologized for that. I've been holding on to that for years. I guess I never really forgave her for that. It's 10 a.m. I'm always 2 hours late for work. So are you done being mad at me? Yet? I'm sorry, it's just that I feel like things like this are always happening to me. You only have bad things happening to you because you don't let anything good in. You're shutting out everything, so you're only seeing the bad in everything. And now we were trying to shut Kento and me out too. Well, you still shouldn't have made up a letter and lied to me about a guy thinking that I was beautiful before he even met me. You're right, I shouldn't have done that. But if I tried to set you up, you never would have gone with it. Do you remember something that happened in high school? Like what? You joked that I was your boyfriend. Really? I don't remember that at all. What was our conversation? You said it in front of everyone. I'm not sure why you did it. Oh, well, that was a long time ago. It has really bothered me for a long time. I think you should apologize. You want me to apologize for something that happened over 10 years ago? I don't even remember what happened. Obviously, it was just a joke. It wasn't just a joke for me. I felt like nothing when you said that. Well, you've really pushed me too far this time. Despite of your craziness, I have been a really good friend to you. It's you, not me. Why don't you call me after you get some real help? And that's just what I did. Last time, you briefly mentioned your parents. Can you tell me more about them? Well, my mother is a complete bitch. Actually, mental illness runs in the family. My grandfather had bipolar disorder, and my mother likely had the same, but never sought out an official diagnosis. And your father? He was a pretty quiet person. He seemed to be checked out most of the time. When he wanted to talk about something, it was usually something that the rest of the family couldn't relate to. Is there anyone else that you are close to? My best friend's name is Aya. We kind of had a falling out recently. That's a lot of the reason why I called you. I think that we need to bring her here. Do you think she would agree? Something tells me that she would be more than willing. 2 days later. Aya, why don't you start by telling me a little about yourself? Well, I work in one of the best French patisseries in town. I've been friends with Kimiko for more than 10 years. That's a long time. What about your family? Are you married? Oh no, I'm not even dating anyone right now. What? What happened with dating your boss? Eh? Okay, you've known Kimiko for a really long time. Has she always had trouble with leaving the house? Actually, no. The problem started... Yes? The problem started after Kimiko cut her hair really short in high school. Kimiko is really nice looking, but when she got a bowl haircut, she really looked like a super cute boy. It was a pixie cut. Yeah, that's what she kept saying to everybody. I finally got tired of people bothering her about us being lesbians, so I joked that she was a boy. Everybody laughed so, and it wasn't really brought up again. I thought that if we joke about it ourselves, nobody would really be able to make fun of her. But after that, she would never wanted to do anything outside her house, and she always had a ton of excuses to avoid going outside. Well, what you said didn't work. People still made fun of me after that, and even my best friend was laughing at my expense. I carry that with me to this day. And you need to just get over it. It's been 10 years. You don't look like a boy now. What are you afraid of? I'm afraid. You don't have to worry about what anybody will think here. I'm afraid that people will look at me, judge me, decide that they don't like me and act on it. I feel like people still think I look like a boy and I hate it. That's ridiculous! Who told you that? Don't you remember that one time when that guy said I looked like a handsome woman? Okay, that was like one time, and the guy was a crazy homeless person. Kimiko, I think that you may have misinterpreted what was said. A handsome woman doesn't refer to masculine features. It is more about being well put together and coming from a good background. Oh, I didn't really know that either. You're both young. I'm sure it was an older person that made the comment. Can you think of anything else that was said that may have bothered you? Well, most of it came from high school. Which was 10 years ago, because of your haircut, not you. You don't look like a boy. Now do you think we can go out and do something against for once in your life? Kimiko would mind if Aya and I spoke privately for a moment? Gladly. Kimiko has a serious mental disorder, and it will take time to improve her condition. She should be pushed to take small steps at first, but we can't expect to put her out the door this early. And fucking again, a stupid Facebook notification broke the recording. Thank you very much. Those notifications are so fucking annoying, seriously. I don't need them! Kimiko has a serious mental disorder and will take time to improve. Her condition should be pushed to take small steps at first, but we can't expect to put her out the door this early. You have to remember that she hasn't left the house in 6 years. Eventually, with time, cognitive therapy and some heavy prescription drugs, she will be able to regain control of herself. But for right now, we are going to have to take it slow. Kimiko is very close to her parents. Her friends are all that she has right now. Can you help me? Yeah, I guess I'll do whatever I can. A year later. After I got over myself, Kendo and I resumed our indoor-outdoor picnics. We actually managed and plan to get married in the spring. It's my goal to be able to have my wedding in front yard. I would just do it in the house, but Kent is still afraid to come in after what happened last time. Damn, nice house, you know? I would love to have such a house. Someday, maybe. I wonder about Beck if she has a garden or something. However, we can now get him all of the way into the kitchen. The stairs are still way too creepy for him. I guess I would be happy if I could get him onto the couch for once. I really feel much better now. The thought of leaving the house used to make my stomach hurt, but now I can think about being outside without any trouble. I'm really going to push myself this time. I know that I won't be able to fix everything one day, but I've lost 6 years of my life in this house. I don't want to lose any more. Luckily, my best friend is here to help me through this, and my boyfriend is more than understanding for obvious reasons. However, until I am able to regain control over my life, our love will have to remain where it feels safe for both of us. In the doorway. Hello? Kimiko, this is Dr. Hamasaki. Hi, you're not going to cancel our appointment, are you? No. What's wrong? Are you alright? I'm afraid I have some bad news. Did something happen? It's about my brother. Oh, the one that tried to break into my house? I didn't want to worry you, but I was just notified that my brother was released from prison. What? No, please no. How could this happen? Am I in some kind of danger? The police will be watching him over the next few months. He's no longer under my supervision per his lawyer's request. He's really turned on me and has requested I no longer be his legal guardian. What does all of this mean? The last time he broke in your house, I recommended that he be imprisoned for life since he was a danger to society, but his lawyer was able to appeal the decision because the police were not able to provide sufficient evidence that he actually broke into your house. What? Why wasn't I called to trial? I never received a summons. As your doctor, I had instructed the court that you would be unable to attend for several medical reasons. I actually saw the letter one day when I retrieved the mail for you. I didn't go through it, but it was on top. I didn't want it to upset you because I knew you couldn't do anything about it. I never said that you could filter my mail. He got out of going to jail because nobody was there to tell the judge what happened. What am I supposed to do now? I'm working on something right now. Just make sure that your doors are locked. I'm doing everything I can make to this right. I better get the front door right away. You better get the knife first. What the fuck?
Hey there, little lady. Remember me?
He's dead! Wait, what? But he was there! Well, that was unexpected. Alright, that was nowhere safe. First game out of 3 from what I know. So you don't have to wait long actually, and Nowhere Safe 2 will be started just after that one is ended. Hope you enjoyed the horror game and see you later. Bye!